Sand will be your best friend in Siege.
You can hear so many things from your opponents, and they can hear the same thing from you.
Hearing one footstep, if it's concrete, if it's metal.
I am a Star Wars fan.
I'm 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 a Star Wars fan.
I am a Star Wars fan.
Is that better? It still feels kind of loud. Still feels kind of loud. Volume is good. You sure? Is this fine now? I love Star Wars. That shit.
Alright, so have any of you ever heard of...
Yeah, let's boost this up. I want the good quality. Better now? It's better down. Okay, because I felt like it was way too loud for the voice.
of the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You like Darth Plagueis?
Matt, check
Okay, we're also supposed to guess who's the secret hater. 6 of them are real fans, one of them is a hater.
Should we start with like introductions and round? I agree.
Yeah.
What?
I feel like this guy on the left isn't a fan. See this guy? I don't even know what he's dressed up as, right? I don't know if he's supposed to be a Wookiee or what, but what the fuck is this?
So go ahead.
Okay. What's up? My name is Brendan. I've been a Star Wars fan pretty much since conception. My father passed it on to me, and the prequels are my favorite. Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, the best one.
Valid.
Okay. Yeah. Kai, 23, and personally, I with episode 2. I just think that the clones,
Alex
just like
familiar.
that scene coming into the clone factory when you see all of them laid out and you realize, oh my god, this is like really big. This is not like a small.
And when the music hits, my whole body
music,
like,
woo. And just like rain, I'm a rainy person, so the planet dedicated to like rain and water and like cloudy, moody.
Yeah.
It set the tone.
It's very obvious from the females' reactions that some of these people are very casual and some are like hardcore like nerds like this one.
Perfectly for me. So that's my vibe.
Love it. I'm Aoife. I'm 26. I've been a Star Wars fan for probably as long as I can remember.
Heck
but
yeah.
I'm also a prequels defender.
Let's go!
Is
Yeah.
my favorite. Revenge of the Sith.
They're cool now. They're cool.
They're cool now.
Are they?
I love your necklace, by the way. The Padme necklace.
Got it.
Yes, of course. I was like, oh
Can't be the
my
liar.
god.
She's wearing the merch.
That's
so
sick.
my name is Sam. I've been a Star Wars fan my whole life.
Yeah.
Episode 2 was my fave.
Wow.
For me, I love like the whole like Camino thing, and I love the clones.
It's cool.
And also, I like the lore behind the scenes, like the Republic Commandos and what was happening on Geonosis and all that stuff.
Yep.
So like,
Hi, I'm Nicole. I'm 20 years old. I've been a Star Wars fan since probably around 10. Passed it on from my father. I actually didn't know the prequels existed until I was probably like 15.
What the
Because
fuck?
my dad was like, no, we're not watching that. And I was like, sounds good.
Why?
Never.
What was his reasoning?
Because we're not going to watch them. So,
was it a
Okay.
religious thing?
no, I think no. They're just terrible.
They just hate,
Um,
they just hate it.
4, 5, 6.
But like,
Did he
I
even
love
own them?
4, 5, 6. My favorite movie is A New Hope. I wrote a 6.
I don't know about y'all, but I think I've watched the prequels the most, but I think the original trilogy is the best by far, bar none.
Page essay on it for my college class.
pages? Oh, wow.
A Marxist criticism, a feminist criticism. It was a good time.
Okay.
Good time.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Faith. I'm 24 years old. I
Hi.
kind of became a super fan when I hit middle school. In my house, we have kind of family
Probably
relations to
right.
George Lucas, so we were
Oh.
always
Damn.
watching
I believe
the movie. So I started with the original trilogy. My dad kind of was a big part of that. His cousin was George Lucas's first wife, who was actually involved in the editing of the movies.
So
might be a lot of-
you're
might be a lot of
inviting us to his
politics.
house, right?
Well, they're divorced, and they divorced before I was born. So
The lore's deep with this one.
I'm a beer. I became a Star Wars fan with my parents. My first exposure to it was Phantom Menace when my parents took me to the premiere at the theater when I was a kid, and it was just like seeing the pod race and like the.
Captain, do you fuck with,
lightsaber
do you fuck with-
battles. As a kid, how do you not like?
Tonight, in your spacious
I'm
La
getting
Quinta
that now.
suite,
Fuck me.
you can be the
Getting
agent
karma.
of
Do you fuck
destruction.
with Star Wars?
Just
I
fall in
fuck
love
with Star
it.
Wars.
That's sick.
But
I
yeah,
got a
Love
question.
hella
I got a
focus
question,
Rose.
though, for like a little bit of like trivia. How do we feel about Rose as a character? Do we like her? Do we not like her?
Ooh.
What's the consensus? 'Cause I think she was a wasted character arc.
Okay. Here, I got an even better wasted character arc. Jar Jar Binks.
Damn.
Jar Jar
Well,
Binks.
that's a prequel hater, so of course.
I feel like he's kind of pinnacle.
Okay,
he has very
you
good
think he's
pinnacle.
awful? I think he's awful.
Annoying.
He's the only
Yeah.
reason I will not rewatch any of the prequels.
You don't
I
like
turned
it?
it.
Okay,
I
no,
turned
okay.
it on the
These
other
are
day.
This is getting
yapping.
crazy.
Turn that thing right up. Okay,
He's not that bad, man. He's kind of silly goofy.
My biggest rage bait for sure is like, I hate Jar Jar Binks. If you're really into this, you either have a very strong opinion of like, I love Jar Jar Binks, or like, I hate Jar Jar Binks. Ethan did not say anything about it.
Do you guys like have like a favorite like spin-off?
Oh,
Disney
I love
Plus,
the
like-
video games.
Yeah.
The video games?
Yeah, I love the video
Fallen Order is my
Lego
favorite.
Star Wars.
Specifically,
yeah.
the complete saga for the Wii. That was like
No
peak,
way.
like middle school, high school.
Hell yeah.
What about like PlayStation?
I fucking play those.
I like
I like the
Battle
pre-Disney
Is that
Star
Battle
Wars.
OG.
That's valid.
Fallen Order is
That's
my favorite
valid.
game
Cal
of all
Kestis,
time.
bro.
The only video game I ever played my whole life
I
was
fuck
like
with,
Star Wars Wii.
Classic.
Like that's what
I remember which one.
I.
I don't think
know which one.
the new movies are bad. Okay, they're
Aoife had talked about
bad compared to the
a
other
little bit of
two.
experience with the video
But-
games, and then she didn't know which video game.
The other. How do I phrase this without being weird? I think the new Disney Star Wars does TV shows really well. I think they do TV shows really well. I didn't watch Mandalorian. I heard it's great. I think they did Boba Fett dirty in his standoff show. They do a lot of shows generally well. All the animation ones that they have part in. It's fine. I mean, it just depends. They just put out a lot. So, but if you're just talking about like, like the newest trilogy, yeah, I get where you're coming from. But like Kenobi, that show, that was gas. That was fire. I don't. You can't tell me otherwise.
Game exactly she'd played. If you were a big Star Wars fan and you played the video games, then you know what you played.
Okay, the complete saga, because I could be like in Hoth, like as Anakin Skywalker. Like you could like play your favorite movie.
I actually did
So
like
cool.
that. That was pretty
Yeah.
That's the only game I played as well, because
Yeah.
we had a Wii in my household when I was really young. But I just, the new consoles are so expensive, so that's
Yeah.
not really where my priorities were.
Real quick. Who has seen Skeleton Crew?
No.
What is that?
It's with Jude Law.
No idea.
No, I'm just saying because I feel like if you're such a fan, you're the first to jump on everything.
I don't know.
I've
That's
seen
true.
like
I don't know.
everything, but
That's
I've seen the
true.
Ewoks, like even like that like old school cartoon series that doesn't feel like Star Wars. But for some reason, I just can't get myself to watch
I
Skeleton.
think
Because I feel like you would consume everything
But
that
I-
as soon as
Yeah.
it
I
came
think
out.
being a fan of that. We'll go back to the end.
That's a funny way to end the rounds. The fuck, the lightsaber, bro.
I know I first noticed since I was standing so close to him that maybe his hands were shaking. Why is he so nervous if he really is a fan?
I voted for Faith because I felt like with her connection to George Lucas, that could help her learn a lot about Star Wars without actually being a fan.
As soon as she tied it to an essay and really like cemented that as her stance, I just felt like I couldn't vote for anybody else.
Somebody can do a bunch of research for an essay without necessarily liking it.
Real.
There is a tie.
Oh!
Already? Lightsaber battle to the death.
Yeah, that's what I agree on. Let's do it.
And the tie was between Nicole and Aoife. So please step forward, both of you.
Oh my god.
This is T. This is T.
You will have 30 seconds to state your strongest case to stay in the game. All right, Nicole, 30 seconds on the clock starts now.
I am a Star Wars fan. I've been a Star Wars fan since I was 8, 10. My most recent essay in college was about how Star Wars was George Lucas's space western. It's also, he also has a space western with pirates. I personally also think Princess Leia is a feminist. That's just my opinion. I grew up on her. She's the one who made me feel like, yes, like I can do anything because
Even if she
I can
slipped
go
up
out,
there,
I
she's
can
on
go
my
have
out.
lightsaber battles. Actually she doesn't have a lightsaber.
All right, time.
Yeah.
You caught that too.
Okay, all right, clock reset and go.
Okay, so I am a Star Wars fan. I've been a Star Wars fan for as long as I can remember. My role model, my favorite character is actually Ahsoka.
Ahsoka,
I was
hell yeah.
in like the Gen
Crazy cool.
Z-ish era, so Clone Wars, the movie, which I don't know if it's canon anymore, but the show was like my favorite thing to watch. I actually did love the Ahsoka series. I loved bringing back Hayden Christensen, my first and forever crush. I think that she's a great character because she is a girl. She's just a girl, but she's she fights. She's true to her values.
Oh yeah, she's something not getting out.
Hi guys.
This just got real.
This is the way.
This is the way. I
I
don't
was
get
like,
it.
these haters just don't like that I don't like Jar Jar Binks. That's literally it.
Excuse me.
Hmm.
I have an announcement to make.
Oh no.
Oh,
Great.
great.
Too?
Okay.
There has been a disturbance in the Force.
Oh god, there's two of them.
And one person among you has turned to the dark side.
Oh,
So the mole has an ally in this group.
an ally.
The ally is
Fuck yeah.
working against all of you to support the Empire.
We love our allies.
The rule of two.
The rule of two. Whoever it is,
Especially
say,
that's
"I'm the
Firefly.
spy."
Yeah.
Get voted out, please.
I'm the spy.
It kind of made the game a little bit
Yeah,
trickier
for sure.
because it was
George
hard
Lucas
to
always
trust
explained to
people
us
that you
space
fully
opera,
knew
right?
was a Star Wars fan.
So you think you know Wix?
I don't know, Wix. Fuck off.
First up, we've got Shake video masks. You can.
Are we in an ad?
Oh my gosh, all those said donuts got me feeling like it's nap time.
Real quick.
The most replayed moment of the video is when.
Okay.
Stop calling me that.
And then you, when I
The
said
most replayed moment of the video is when the ad ends. That's fucking wild.
the rule of two, you didn't like laugh or smile. The rule of two. The rule of two.
Whoever it is, say, "I'm the spy."
Do you know what the rule of two is?
I literally said
Well, I'm asking the question. What is the rule of two?
That like whenever something
shit.
happens on like one side, another side it'll come up to like meet it.
Oh.
No.
Not really.
She was like, "Oh, it's like the balance of the Force and the Sith
Uh-oh.
at one time." And
She
I'm like,
caught?
Nope, we got you.
There's always two Sith. So
Always
there's a
two, only
master.
two. No more, no less. No more, no less. I caught that out quick.
But
I
you're
was
right.
like,
There's always balance to the Force.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, okay,
That's
okay,
true.
okay.
But the
Oh.
rule of two is
the rule of two
Might
is
be a
very
casual.
famous. So, rule two is class.
I didn't even know how to react in the moment, so I was like, that fake laugh. What did I do? Yeah, that definitely threw me off.
I have a question for you.
Hit me.
Are you cosplaying loosely as Kai Brightstar?
No.
Okay.
No, this is
Do you
just the
know-
only like decent cosplay that I can find.
So
Yeah.
I know I'm lame, but like I'm an elementary school teacher. I'm an elementary school teacher. So
I kind of have a fit like that, like the robe. The space opera's how George Lucas explains it. I have like a brown, no, I have a black robe. Of that, it's like an Anakin Skywalker inspired one. Then I have another cosplay Obi-Wan
So
thing.
like, I also
But it's more
watched,
nice.
like the Young Jedi Adventures. It's actually not bad, but there's a character named Kai Brightstar. So that's
my namesake apparently. So you're like, you watched it. Yeah, the question I want to ask, so we can like establish it, is what makes a Star Wars fan? Because it's like, is it trivia? 'Cause
that's
like
a
you
great
said, you could like
question.
watch older episodes,
Yeah.
you could like
'cause I
study
mean-
online. So like, why are you a fan?
Well, I love Star Wars because, I mean, well, first off, when I was a kid, I just think, oh, cool colors, cool flips, cool fights, sick. And then it just
wait,
kind of like
Mark.
gradually
I only
get
heard
more
explained
invested
it.
in the story. It's
It
like
might
a
be
big
him.
family, like, you know, space drama. And so it's like super easy to get like
Space drama.
space drama. Oh, yeah.
Space drama.
Yeah, it's
Space
a family
opera.
space drama.
Space opera. Yes, that's what I was about to say.
See, I need to redeem myself.
Now I'm like, because
look at each other.
the original script and then they changed and that's what it shows up as. That was like the category that it was labeled as a space opera.
Yeah.
Okay. Honestly, I mean, I didn't even really realize that there was such a like specific word for it that everyone
Oh, yeah,
apparently
Honey Bun
knew.
is
So
Cool.
that was a surprise.
Cool colors,
I was
cool
gonna say, I'm a
flips.
Star
Yeah.
Wars fan, and I think what makes a Star Wars
Star
fan
Wars,
is like the
woo!
suspension of disbelief. Like it's an
well, yeah.
unbelievable
Yes,
galaxy.
yes.
Like a lot of people get tied down like, oh,
It's
you
limitless.
Like it's limitless. Like for Star Wars, they had 9 movies. They had so many options. Like there's
And there's
something
so
for
many-
everyone.
well,
Like I don't
yeah,
think you need to love like every single part of it. I think like a true Star Wars fan has things that they don't like in it. Like
Yes.
I think that's a big part. It's like a mark of like, are you a real fan
I
or not?
agree.
So you're saying we all have
I want a honey
opinions
bun.
if you're a real fan. Right?
I want a honey
so
bun.
Do you guys like
I need a honey
the,
bun.
the
I'm
sequels
hungry.
of the movies or no? Because I think it's trash.
Yeah, so I actually worked in a movie theater when 7 came out, so I went to go see 7 like 4 or 5 times in theaters, and I really liked it.
7's the best one.
But 8 and 9 were kind of brought the whole sequels down. Snow.
I
don't
needed
really
snackies,
know,
chat.
like why he was
Wasted.
Needed
It was
snackies.
And Palpatine has somehow returned.
No, that's the worst.
Somehow,
part.
Palpatine
Yeah,
returned.
Touch on that first question of like what we really love about Star Wars, what makes us a Star Wars fan, because I think that was a really good point. We haven't seen all of the spin-off shows. My personal favorite are just the core movies, especially the prequel, because I love Anakin and Darth Vader's story.
Yes.
But I feel like why a lot of people can relate to it is the political and religious kind of parallels that
Yeah.
we can experience every day with it. And as a Christian, I know some people don't really like it. They think it's blasphemous, but I actually think it is a great way to kind of connect with the Lord. And I think the Force is kind of this not evil, not good kind of being all around us. It's life, it's everything.
That's why I asked earlier, I was like, was that a religious thing about why your family didn't let you? Because it's like witchcraft and wizardry and stuff.
That's what my family said.
And
That's why we
I've
weren't allowed
heard
to watch
people
Star
like
Wars.
say that, and I respect that.
No.
I was religious too, and they kind of had the similar kind of a thing, like bad versus evil.
But it wasn't that the Force is bad or the Force is good. It's kind of the Force lays out a path, and it's up to you
Right.
to kind of decide.
Kind of like the Jedi too.
Yeah.
Which is why I think Anakin's story is so interesting.
I love honey
The
bun.
spirituality thing, she was leaning on that a little too much, as opposed to like bringing in other emotions.
Not
or
enough nerdy
references.
stuff. Oh, mystery? You don't know? No way.
I'm not gonna hold you. They did you.
They did you dirty. May the Force be with you. When they clocked me on the, oh, it's actually an opera, I was like, okay, so I'm dealing with some super nerds, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, well, I'm outclassed.
All right, what was everyone's favorite quote or scene? Go ahead.
Execute Order 66.
Oh, it's just fucking nerd.
As a kid, that scarred me. Sam, what about you?
My favorite scene is from The Bad Batch. It's like when 99 is running.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of sad because
No.
he had a handicap and he was like, had like a disability. The thing is, he was still killed in action like a normal clone, and that was what he wanted his entire life, was to be one of like the brothers. So that, and I'm not gonna lie, I almost shed a tear.
My favorite line
Sad.
is
I
"Do it."
did.
I think that's so funny.
Do it.
And do it. Do it. And my favorite scene, actually, I love The Mandalorian. So where Luke flies in and they're like, "Is that an X-wing by himself?" And then you're like, "Is it Luke? Is it not?" And then the
Yeah.
big reveal. I've seen just that scene so many times. I think it's so beautiful. I love it.
Mine's a toss-up. It's either when Kylo Ren kills Han Solo,
Oh.
Ooh.
or when Kylo Ren thinks that he got Luke Skywalker. And it's just like, more! More! And then you realize, crap, he's just a ghost. He's actually like back somewhere else. Was like a jaw-dropping moment because I was just like, this is the Luke Skywalker that I grew up watching.
My favorite quote is, "I'm with the Force and the Force is with me."
I'm one with the Force and the Force is with me.
Just because, like I mentioned, like I am big on religion, and I just think that scene was so beautiful where he put his
Interesting.
kind of faith in just,
I don't know if that's
I'm
wrong.
gonna go out there and what's gonna happen is gonna happen, and it actually worked out. And I just thought that was a really beautiful kind of parallel with.
I think I'm gonna
why
vote her
I
out
like
because
Star
she's a
Wars
Christian.
and the religious aspect.
Everyone like tied it to an
Or
emotion.
like, not
the scene or quote.
because
You
she's
said
Christian, just
extra
for reasoning.
66. What? Like, why was that your favorite? Like,
Because it really sets in motion the iconic, like the canon center of the trilogy. It opens this window into the Star Wars universe for like unlimited stories in between episode 4 and episode 3, and it's just like.
I mean, it was a big turning point in
Yeah,
kind
exactly.
of everything.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I have a question. If you guys could all rate your Star Wars knowledge from like 1 to 10, that way I could kind of get a feel, because like I'm mentioning stuff and then some people are like, oh, I'm a fan, but not as much of a fan as you, so and I don't want to like attack anyone. So just 1 through 10.
Yeah, I'm like a 6 or a 7. Like my first company was building lightsabers when I was a kid, so like
Oh,
I
shit.
learned a whole lot back then, and then I grew up and got busy, and so I haven't seen it in like a couple of years.
Okay, no, I respect
get
it.
one of
One more
those.
question.
Are you a Roblox fanatic?
Maybe he
Microsoft
started to hate
Rewards
it
is a
because of
brand
his
new
career.
way for you to earn.
I'd probably say like 7 or 8. I think I surprise people with my knowledge. As a woman who loves Star Wars, I feel like it's really surprising when I say that I do and that I am such a fan. I've been on dates before that have not gone well because I've just like geeked out, and my apartment has a bunch of Legos and my lightsaber, and
Fuck yeah,
normally
that's hot.
they come and they get really excited about that, and not me. So that's great.
Wow.
To be fair, I would get
But
really
I-
excited about the
I
Legos.
was gonna say, I'm so sorry, but like the Legos. Ooh.
So sick.
Mine's probably like a
I have a
9.5, 10.
Yeah, I'm
I mean, for me,
Do
like,
it.
I could
like
tell,
literally,
yeah.
like my whole.
I have the Lego X-wing. I have the Lego Slave One, which is Boba Fett and Jango Fett's ship, and I have a Lego Millennium Falcon.
Honestly,
Just in my
I would
fridge.
consider myself like an 8.5 out of 10, even though I hadn't really seen all of the Disney Plus shows, because like I said, I really like the
Nice,
movies,
yeah.
especially the original trilogy, just because that was a big part of my house. Like I said,
I have another Lego set in the build. It's Lego Lamborghini. It's one of those Lego Technic ones. I need to build it.
George Lucas was kind of a big part of my dad's childhood, and they got actually invited to Star Wars Ranch. But like I mentioned earlier, I only really got into it in middle school because it was actually traumatizing. Because
Star Wars Ranch, Skywalker Ranch. She's getting
sold
clocked.
a bunch of original stuff. I got left alone at a garage sale, and like my dad was so mad.
A real bargain.
And I was like, this is worth so much. Why are people so into it? So then I started rewatching the movies and really paying attention.
I'd say like 7 or 8. I've consumed pretty much everything but Skeleton.
Everybody
Crew,
says they're around
even
7.
those non-canon Ewok like movies.
Do you like
and
Rebels? Do you like Rebels?
I love Rebels. Because like, it's like the first time there's a lot of like people of color that are like protagonists. And it's
Ooh.
nice to see that. Like,
Ooh.
it's like super cool, and he comes back in Ahsoka as live action, which is like amazing.
A lot of the times with like the newer films, you see like people who grew up on 4, 5, 6, 1.
When does it come out? 2026?
People
Fuck that.
hating on them because like, oh, what's this diversity, inclusion? Like, what do you mean like a guy is looking at another guy this way? And I was like, y'all, we are in like an infinite galaxy.
Yeah,
Like
literally.
there are species that don't even look like they're alive.
And there's
you're
stuff
gonna
that's
tell
yet to be
me-
created too. That's the beauty of everything is
and
that
you're gonna tell me
it's
that you can't believe that 2 black people exist on the screen at the same time, or that 2
wild.
humans liked each other and they happen to be the same. Like, I didn't appreciate that about gatekeeping because as someone who's part of the LGBT community, it's hard for a lot of my
Lord.
friends to think that I'm a Star Wars fan because they're like, oh, that's like a straight thing. Like that's like what the straight boys watch with their boys on like the
believe
weekends. And it's like it's really hard because I was like, I don't want to like feel associated with that. I don't want to like come across like I'm one of those like masculine like Star Wars fans. It's like, you like Star Wars? Name every single Jedi and Sith ever. I'm like, it's not trivia that makes you a
Like,
Star
it's
Wars
the
fan.
suspension
It's
of
like, what is it?
disbelief.
Yeah, if you're a trivia fan, go read Wikipedia. Like that's like
Damn.
Wikipedia.
Especially with the OG fans, like I think Nicole was talking about how she wasn't allowed
Wow.
to watch the prequels. I think a lot of the older generation really like gatekeep the originals and being a fan of Star Wars
Yes,
and don't
that's
let
right.
in new fans of Star Wars. So even like Jar Jar Binks was made for like that era of kids.
I don't know
so
where you
maybe we hate him
rewatch
now,
some of the
but I think we
shows,
have
and
to
some shows I
appreciate
haven't
those
watched. I
who
never
do
watched
have
Bad
their own
Batch.
love and comfort with Star Wars, whatever that is.
So I met people that love Jar Jar.
Yeah, I was
My
gonna say,
brother
like-
loves Jar Jar Binks.
Last I think. Can anybody guess what my sad and smelly attempt at a cosplay is? Who?
Tarful.
Outside of just a Wookiee, nah.
The one that he like got killed like
All right, it's Chrysanthemum.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's time.
Oh yeah. Has to be Faith, right?
I voted for Sam because of how maybe knowledgeable he did
'Cause he's
seem.
clocking
Why
you on
is he
everything.
throwing out all of these random facts, like as if he was preparing to kind of wow us?
The guy that knows the most and is pushing the hardest on everybody else has to be the mole. There's no other reason why he'd be pushing so hard on people for the nitty-gritty parts of trivia.
Tie?
We have another tie.
Damn.
Stop.
Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
Lightsaber battle.
Faith and Sam.
Oh. Nice.
Okay, at least
Oh, what do you mean? Oh, you vote him.
You will each have 1 minute to tell us your most emotional moment in this fandom. Faith, we'll start with you.
Okay, I feel like there's so many points of just importance to the plot, but I would say maybe when Leia dies and she kind of has that final just Hail Mary to kind of get Ben Solo back.
Oh, shit.
And she uses her last moments to just call across the universe, put motherly love into him, and just pray that he's going to come back to, the light side and make better choices.
Damn.
She carried a lot of guilt that she wasn't there for him, and I
Damn,
think that was just
that's
really
such a
powerful
good
moment, and I
moment. That's
know
such
that
a
in
good
real life
reference.
She actually did pass, so I just think that was a really important moment.
Sam, 1 minute on the clock. Starts now.
The emotional moment for me was probably, like I was saying, like in Bad Batch, like when 99 died, it really hit my heart
Ooh.
because like he wanted to be like one of the brothers, and I was in the military, so like kind of like really like hit me. It kind of gave me like the chills. Also in Rebels, like Harrison Dula is always like trying to go above and beyond and like prove herself and all that stuff. Well, I mean everything, like my whole life, like. And it's kind of cool because when I used to live in
Fuck, he doesn't
Arizona,
have the detail.
and so like it would kind of remind me of like Tatooine. And I know that sounds like super like funny, but it was very like when I first went there and I went to college, I was like, oh, okay, I'm just going to Tatooine for a little bit.
Didn't get really detailed with the emotions.
Video
The
game your way.
tragic.
You can be invincible.
Invincible. I think the guy might get eliminated. No way.
Exit the box.
No way.
The
He didn't have much
rule,
detail.
Oh my
and he still stayed in.
gosh.
They're
When he
probably
asked me
doing
that, right out of nowhere, I knew I was cooked.
We are at the point of the game
Yeah, she
where
kind of
we can end
slept
now,
up a little bit.
or keep playing if you think there is
Go
a
another.
chance.
Go
the
another.
rule still
Go
stands
another. Get that guy
among
out of
you.
here.
However, there is a new rule. If you decide to keep playing and you vote out somebody who is a true Star Wars fan, the money gets cut in half.
What?
I'm gonna give you 3 minutes to decide amongst yourselves.
I don't mean to be rude. I'm gonna say it, but y'all's like friendship throws me off a little bit.
Friendship.
Like in this episode so far, I'm just like, yeah, that. Like you guys could be like huge Star Wars fans. I don't think y'all are the most.
Well, he's more of a fan than you. That's why I relate to him.
But I was just like,
Yeah,
I
oh
just
shit.
thought I was just
No
like,
fans.
I would
just because
say-
there is someone that like turned. That's why I was just like,
No,
the backups are just like, oh yeah, I know the
I would
backups.
say
I wish I had his hair.
Right off the cuff, it was kind of like you recognize that we're like people of color who like Star Wars, and it's almost like a subculture because like my parents didn't like they took me to the movie because I saw like my friends were going and stuff like that, but I wasn't introduced to it through like my parents being fans. I think that's something that's relatable to like a lot of people of color. I think it's really beautiful to see like children of immigrants becoming fans of this world because we're like the first Star Wars fans in our families.
Do you think we got them all?
I think
I'm not gonna lie. My initial plan was to keep going until there's only 2 people left because I know my knowledge speaks for itself, and I was gonna eliminate everybody. But now, that if I were to vote y'all out, it's like, dang, like I kind of just burn myself. So.
Are you gonna keep playing, or do you think everyone here is who they say
What's
they
the-
are?
I think everyone's who they say that. I just want to take the risk. If you're the mullet,
Ugh.
you deserve it.
Yeah, that's her.
But
This group has dropped some lore, so I feel like kind of.
Oh no.
For me, I would say about 60%.
I kind of want to keep playing because a lot of talking coming from Kai out of like he could be the mole and he wants us to stop here. There's some other things that kind
like what?
Just like the way you kind of targeted us out just because we related over Bad Batch was kind of like.
It was just 'cause, again, I can't like disprove what you're saying.
Yeah, no,
like,
of course.
Yeah.
The only thing that I don't think was answered was you had mentioned kind of, and I'm just clarifying, you haven't seen movies in recent years.
Yeah, in the last couple of years.
Okay, so I've watched the movies, like last week I watched A New Hope because
That's
I was
weird.
at home and I was like, I need to put on my comfort movie. So I'm constantly rewatching those because that's my comfort.
Oh, and then the Wikipedia and
So
the
Okay,
Wikipedia.
great.
I think that's the only reason. That's it.
time.
Damn, bro.
If you think that someone here is lying and you want to continue playing the game, raise your hand.
Damn, you're gonna vote Kai.
That's a majority. We're gonna play another round.
The galaxy has waited long enough.
Hell yeah.
There's a new dating
Hell yeah.
app, one that brings balance to the dating world. No more swiping in the dark. Download the Nectar app today. The
I love
force
the
is strong
tattoos.
with this one.
Right, dude.
Okay, so I'll just clarify the only reason why I think you are is again because you haven't seen the movies in recent years.
Does that make you a fan?
I think so. I think a fan is something that you like engage
You're a fan of it
with.
always.
So I've been
You're a
moving a
fan.
lot. I just moved across country, and I have a lot going on in my life. I run a company, like it's my day to day, and so I don't have that time.
You can always put it on the
necessarily
dash, but yeah.
Like I want to focus on, like I don't want to just like have it in the background going. Like
Nah, I
I watch a lot of
respect
like
the
YouTube
hustle,
video
yeah,
essays and stuff on
Okay,
that.
yeah,
Like
fair.
that's like my way of watching. It's
Yeah.
not just like the videos, but I like watching what other people think about it.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
watching the lore on YouTube.
Yeah.
And so again, I just think that just because I don't have the necessary knowledge, I don't watch it 24/7.
Yeah.
A lot of people
Damn.
are like,
Okay,
you're not
so
a fan though.
I have a question.
That's
So
fair.
aside from the movies,
Okay,
like,
oh, they're
the
charging
lore, can you tell us?
Aside from no, because I've seen the movies.
Okay, so
Destiny.
like you watch video essays about like just kind of like, almost like a literary analysis.
So I have to watch all the Star Wars movies and TV shows to be a fan? Yeah, I guess so.
Things that
Your
you're-
30 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Can you tell us
Lightsabers,
any?
Dude, I haven't-
lightsabers, how they're created, like that's like my focus. Like,
Okay,
I
how is a lightsaber created? Who creates
with
them?
the kyber crystal, like as a Jedi, you go into the caves, you find the kyber crystal. If it resonates with you, put it in the lightsaber. Like it's a part of like who you are. Like
Okay.
I,
But how exactly is it constructed?
that part I don't know.
Okay.
Again, I know that I can't say anything. Like you guys are made up. Like it's okay.
Yeah.
Like I don't have enough knowledge on this subject now.
You don't have to have
What's your
knowledge.
favorite? What's your favorite lightsaber
Okay,
color?
I'll put you
Red.
on the spot. You said
Sure.
you're a teacher, so you
Yeah.
only watch like the
Oh.
little
No,
kid
I just
brought back.
movies,
You say you've seen
or
everything.
you've
But I'm
seen
just
everything?
into like watching like
likes the
animations and like kid stuff just
Okay.
to
No, they're fucking over Kai. He knows.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
Oh, I feel bad. I am absolutely crushed. I tried to do everything I
Damn.
could. I tried my hardest to like balance the amount of
All he did
trivia
was
I was
bring a
asking
good
people,
point, dude.
and then
He's
also,
old,
like, try to
dude. He
tie
has
in
a
some emotion there.
job.
But I guess it wasn't enough.
If our box turns green,
I hope it's red.
we did it.
I hope they
We
lost.
eliminated the mole.
I hope they lost.
If the box turns red, the mole is still standing.
I hope they fucked it up.
3,
I hope they
2,
lost.
1.
Oh shit. Alright.
For the culture.
If it was Kai, fair play, but.
So before I reveal who the mole was, will the ally please step forward?
Fuck, I forgot there was an ally, dude. Like someone that was trying to help.
Yeah.
You are actually going to be our ally.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I literally had a feeling that I
Damn.
would be the one to be
I think
called
ally is
first.
stupid.
I felt it in the force, literally.
I thought they should
Okay,
just be
so I
in-
wrote that I sacrificed myself. After the debacle with the rule of 2, there's really no coming back from that after everyone else knew that it was happening. So at that moment, I pretty much accepted the fact that this was a time that I had to give up my spot. I had to sacrifice
So is Red
myself
Shirt Girl.
to service the Empire.
So is the red shirt girl?
Sneaky.
Wow.
On the count of 3, will the mole please
That's the red
step
shirt girl,
forward?
right?
3, 2, 1.
No way.
It was me.
You're kidding.
I was that
She
bad.
was fucking up like every single thing.
For the Dark City.
Every
Never voted for you. That's the crazy part.
every single thing she fucked up. Every single thing. Fucking Star Wars Ranch, it's Skywalker Ranch, Rule 2. Like, I mean, I'm not familiar with all this stuff. Like, I didn't even know there was a fucking ranch. But hey, these guys fucking clocked it. They like clocked that shit. Not me though. I don't fucking know. So you told me they eliminated Kai for nothing. They eliminated Kai for nothing.
I was really nervous going into it, but then I rewatched all the movies and I watched some of the shows. Coming
Yeah,
into
poor
it, I was
Kai.
actually pretty confident and I thought I could win, but I got caught with that random question.
Yeah.
I knew it from the beginning. I figured it was Faith.
Check the votes. Check the votes. I knew it the entire time.
Yeah, I
Bro,
actually
but you
am
voted
really
out
big
Kai,
on
you
a lot of
dumb
fandoms.
fuck.
I'm a huge Pokemon fan, a huge
Pokemon.
Marvel fan, and I really love Disney.
Disney, but you don't like Star Wars?
I think it's a little much, but
I mean, she's not a fan.
First of all, why is there so many shows and movies and
Damn.
The universe is never ending.
Yeah, I mean
Never
that's true,
ending,
but it's
and we asked the same question.
yeah.
So much shit.
So tired.
I do connect with it on a religious aspect, and in kind of rewatching them, I do kind of find myself maybe becoming like a true fan. I really resonate with the Force.
lore.
That the Force is not good or evil; it's just everything, and the Force creates the path. I think that's kind of beautiful.
Cool.
Being a Star
Oh
Wars
shit.
fan is an
Oh shit.
appreciation for
Hey.
the movies, the community it builds, and the inspiration it brings.
You don't have to look like a Star Wars fan to be a fan. People have always told me, "Oh,
Hey.
you don't look like a Star Wars fan." But the thing is, I feel like the culture is changing a lot. Like you don't have to. Look
Oh, what a
certain
guy.
way.
Look
It's
at
not
him.
what we
Look
used
at
to
him.
When the old original trilogy came out.
It's evolved so much
That's so
over the
stupid.
generations.
Stop.
You know, so it's great
Stop
to
doing
see
that
all
face.
the diversity in the
Are they gonna have a
If you are
saber
a girl,
fight? Yeah, it
a
looks
woman
like.
who is
I wish.
intimidated to get into Star Wars,
I have
but
a
it
saber.
excites you and you want to get into it.
I don't know what the charger
you
is for
totally
it, so it's
should.
like dead.
You don't have to prove yourself
I need to
to
find it.
anybody that you're a Star Wars fan, even though we kind of just did that.
Oop.
But you definitely don't if you are a fan.
Since you did vote out Kai, your money's cut in half.
Oh, that's fine.
We deserve it.
They fucked up Kai, bro.
I mean, we still
It's
won.
still, yeah, money's money. You know what I mean?
I think we wanted to be sure.
Yeah.
And like
That's
us
fair.
three, we felt the most sure.
Honestly,
about
I'm not gonna lie. Like I said,
Yeah.
for the culture, I was better off being half right than. Respect
for the culture.
That's true.
It's so fucked up. Oh, they're doing money spread. They're doing money spread. Okay, sweet. That was a cool video. That was a cool video. I'm probably posting on the fucking the YouTube. I'm probably gonna put a reaction video on there. Fuck, how long have I been live for? 2.5 hours? That's not bad. Hey, new PC, bro. Doing me justice. I like it. I like it a lot. But I'm probably gonna call a stream there. I have to I work in 8.5 hours, so if you're new, you know, check out the YouTube, join the Discord. It's bedtime for me. It's bedtime for me too. Yeah, join the Discord. You'll know when we go live, because I know Twitch notifications is not always great. It's very 50-50. It doesn't even go to everybody all the time. But GG's been a good hanging. Yeah, man, I appreciate playing with you earlier. If you ever want to stop by again, I do. I play Overwatch all the time. So that's kind of how it goes. Now that I have a PC that can run Chrome and OBS at the same time, fucking get back to the reaction shit. But yeah, I appreciate you stopping by. If you have TikTok too, we got a TikTok. Got to promo everything, man. Got to promo everything. We just hit 30 followers on TikTok. Twitch, we hit 500 like a few weeks ago. I think we might be close to 450 on YouTube. I think. And the Discord's at like 80 members, so it's good stuff. It's good stuff. So I'm gonna head to bed. It was nice chatting with you, Cow King. Much love, and I'll see you later. Bye.